In a previous video, I said that Berch Shemay in Aramaic tefillah has no place in our prayers. Now, it's not the only thing that's in Aramaic that's in our prayers, so let's go through the other ones and see if they belong and why they belong. So there's a long Aramaic piyut, Pardas Lichos. The reason why it's there is because Aramaic was a spoken language, and the rabbis wanted to make sure that anyone who was trying to repent understood at least that part, what they were talking about. Famously, in Uvalot Zion, there are some Aramaic verses, and those are after the Kedusha verses. Kadosh, 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 Baruch Kavod Hashem Komo, Hashem Melech Olam Va'ed, but they rarely only translate the Hebrew into Aramaic, so someone who's reading Hebrew doesn't understand anything. It was inserted there so they can understand the basics of what they're talking about, at least for the Kadosh verses. The big one is going to be B'meh Madlikin, which is said on Friday night, or Kigavna, which is said of Nusel Sfard. Forget about Kigavna. I'm not talking about that. But Memon Likin, it says by Minig Ashkenaz and Nusel Ashkenaz, that is just a quote from the Talmud. The same thing with Ketores. Ketores, that whole thing is a quote from the Talmud. So of course they're going to be Aramaic. Tefillos that are actually in Aramaic is Yik and Porkan. So Yik and Porkan are two paragraphs that are in Aramaic. They were supposedly written in the Babylonian times and the times of the Talmud. However, they didn't even make it into the Sidurim of the Gaonim, which means they most likely were written in Europe, in Germany, and France around the 9th, 10th, and 11th centuries. And that's where they first show up. And the reason why they're there is not so much as a prayer, it's more a call to action. At that time, there was diminishment of the attendance in the yeshivas and Torah scholars and rabbis. So it was a call to action to tell people to come ahead, learn Torah, get attached, join the academies, and become people of significance. They don't want to put it in Germany. They don't want to put it in Frankish and French. So they put it in Aramaic, and it's a call to action. It's followed by a Misha Berach for those who help out the synagogue, and it's a prayer for those people to be blessed. It's also at a time after the reading of the Torah, and before Musaf really starts, where other supplications are put in, like, for instance, the blessing of the new month every 4 weeks, or even the Misha Berach that was put in later, the blessing people who keep quiet in the shul. I hope that helped.